Good days to the lecturers and friends. My name is Moses Tang, and today I would like to present my design oasis to you. I'll divide my presentation into four parts: site analysis and synthesis, concept and theme, architecture design, and lastly, landscape design. The site is located in Taman Pancing Permogan, beside a river named Taman Pancing River, and surrounded by residential area and vendors eatery, and facing two huge paddy fields. As the year passes by, the number of residents increases and causes overpopulated with people and residents. The overcrowded space has deeply affected the ecosystem around. To solve the overpopulation problem, a vertical building and apartment with food court is proposed to cater to the residents and the vendors. The concept of the void is proposed with the idea to solve the over and growing population and integrate with the ecosystem. The void concept can turn space into a bigger space when the number of residents increases. The void can be used as spaces connecting with the ecosystem beforehand as well. To minimize the impact of disrupted ecosystem, the theme of biophilia and some ideas called dwelling with the nature are proposed. Now moving to the third part, the architecture design. From the schematic design, the site is designed into three parts, namely main area, supporting area, and services area. The main area is mainly the apartment and food court with facilities as the view along the river with pediphilia is nature and has great opportunity with the river. As for the supporting area is the jogging track with trees, potai trees. The supporting area, which is active open space, is located beside the green space as it is not disrupted by any man-made. Lastly, the services such as car park is located near the residential area and not the river is to avoid the pollution affecting the nature. Moving to the form starts with three masses for the three functions. The mass is then subtracted to create space for ventilation in between. Next, the mass is divided into upper and bottom parts for the apartment on the upper part and the other facilities for the lower part. The subtracted view diverts to the landscape view and instead of the slum area. Moving on, the masses are removed to create more space for outdoor green space, and the remaining masses are also subtracted to create void to meet the concept as proposed. The overall form is created by tons of modules which consists of cross-laminated timber wall, column, and steel joint. The module is stacked together to create the architecture of the building. The concept void is walked by the module too. Before the installation, the void is used for greens, and the void can be turned into rooms after installing with CLT wall. Since the wall is only 3 by 3 meter, and therefore it only requires hand carry to install it instead of huge machine. This is before the installation, which void are used for greens, and the apartment is able to cater for 45 families, and after installing, the building can cater up to 60 families. Moving to the function, the building is inspired by the urban design of Permogan, which the architecture around the site is mostly a living area on the top and commercial area on the ground of the building. As for the design, the facilities are designed on the ground and first floor, while apartments are located on the second to the eighth floor. As for the climate response, the sun can enter the core of the building, the elevator area, to lighten up the interior spaces, and also the sun can provide light source for the greens on the void for photosynthesis. The rent can be collected and used for toilets, watering, greens, and etc. Here are some of the perspective view. The food court comes with vendors to bring back the street food around the site, as vendors are the norm of the site. Next, the multi-purpose hall can be used for communal local activities such as cloth dyeing. And lastly, the residential area where the facade is rotatable for the sunlight to enter and allow the user to get fresh air. Moving up to the landscape, the parking slot comes with a farm slot for each driver. The farm slot encourages the residential to plant their own vegetables. The rainwater can be used for watering the farm. Aside from that, the farm slot can generate electricity for the vendors from the heat released from the plant. The last part is the core dwelling with the nature part, which the greens on the void are used as a habitat for the birds after getting food from the paddy field around the site. Aside from the greens on the void, the jogging track can also be the habitat for the birds. That's all from me. Thank you.